a special edition of Stories of Brisco and Bradshaw. I'm Bradshaw, joined with a Chickasha native and Hall of Famer, Mr. Gerald Brisco, and we got a whole group of Hall of Famers. Everybody's in the Hall of Fame, and the one that's not should be. We got
will be. We
got the guys from the nation, the guys who made it rock. Mr. Charles Wright, the Godfather, Mr. Ron Simmons, and Mr. D'lo Brown. Three wonderful human beings, three great guys. And guys, thanks for joining us on a special Nation Domination show.
Hey, Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, guys.
We're in there.
That's right. That's right. Me and Mr. Brisco go join the nation. Hey, if you guys can let Crush and
y'all been in the nation.
Yeah,
from day one. Day one.
Yeah, we're with the nation, but for sure.
Yeah. And you've been in the nation since birth. Right?
Yeah, I even hate to bring this up, but the 45 minutes we've been on before this show would have been 3 shows and a half, and probably.
Oh my God! If people could have heard the conversations, they would.
I apologize to everybody. We've laughed so much, we probably laughed out the 5.
Isn't that the story of wrestling? We make more money on the stuff that the camera never rolls on,
and that's true.
That's all gold, and then we put the camera on,
and that's true.
Hey, you guys were talking about Godfather Smith, but one story I wanted to save it for Eric was when Godfather was about to fight the former UFC heavyweight champion in a shoot fight, and he's sitting back there with his boxing gloves on, and he's got a joint between them, and he's
when he's warming up, right?
Oh yeah, Mr. Brisco comes up to me, he goes, "Have you seen Charles?" I said, "You don't want to know." He goes, "No, he's not." And I said, "Yes,
yeah."
He's about to fight a guy that won the freaking UFC when it had no rules.
Yeah, John just said, "Tell him he's warming up." And I said, "Yeah, they'll know exactly what that means."
Hey, you know what? You got to be who you are, man. It's just I do better that way. I can't explain it. I guess that probably wasn't the smartest thing to be doing.
Hey, you did great.
But
you stuffed a bunch of takedowns. You did great.
Yeah, but he's got a bad habit of going around beating up these guys, man. When he's when they like him from some other avenue, like your weightlifting, powerlifting. Who was the dude over in Germany?
It's Ludwig Borga.
That was bullying people, right?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, a big tough guy was Ludwig was a badass. And I'm sitting there. I think we're in Bremen, Germany. Bremen or Hanover is one of the northern towns, and I'm fit Finley at the bar, and I don't know Godfather. He's over there as maybe Papa Shango or
I was Rocky Las Vegas.
Oh wow, I don't forgot that one.
No. I think I might have been Papa Shango.
Well,
but anyway.
But the dude was a bully, right?
Yeah, Ludwig's over there having a beer, all jacked up and everything. Godfather walks in and goes, "I'm just fucking thanks." Like he slapped the shit out of it. I'm sitting there going, "Holy shit!" I'm going, "Wow."
Yeah.
And
he said something. He was a racist.
Yeah,
he was like,
he had a terrible reputation.
Yeah, but he was in part of some, not KKK, but whatever they had where he's from, he was part of that. And he
had
said
a swastika tattooed on
I think it's called Nazi.
Yeah. He said some stupid shit to me, and I reacted.
Yeah, well, I would say you reacted.
Yeah, well, his ass is picking cotton now. Yeah, he sure is.
What was good was nothing else happened. Ludwig was a tough guy, but he didn't want to mess with Godfather.
Yeah, Willie. Guys, and then there's Godfather.
Yeah. Okay. I like Godfather. I tried it. The bear came out last week, so I tried to keep him away.
Oh, man.
Like I saw, keep the old man out. You try to keep that bear out.
Oh yeah, man. A high Godfather's a better person. Believe me, much nicer, butter.
We can vouch for that.
Yeah, and just keep me smizzed up, and everything will be all right.
Yeah. So what you're saying, Charles, if you have Godfather on any of your shows, or make sure you bring some good goodies before the show starts.
Yeah, and bring goods, please. And that's another thing. Don't bring.
Don't bring that straight stuff.
Hey, listen, Jim.
Don't bring it. Don't bring it.
I've literally seen him. When they've given him something, right, and they think they're doing a great thing. Hey, Godfather, I got you covered, man. Here you go. He'll take it, take a whiff of it. Man, I don't want that shit. Then throw it away. He
will turn on them so fast.
I got taken to wrestler's court one time because I brought him some bunk weed.
I remember.
And
Yeah.
And I remember bringing it to him because my boy had this fire weed the week before, and I'm like, oh, Godfather's gonna love this. So then, like the day before, I go over to my boy's house, I get it, and it is this garbage freaking weed. And man, I'm like, oh God. So I wrap it up, and then I take it, I knock on Godfather's hotel room and I hand it to him, and I could just tell by the look in his face I was screwed. Because he looked at it, he looked at me, goes, yeah, all right. And closed the door. And I was like, and then the next day, my ass was in court.
Oh.
My ass was in court the next day.
Here you are, a young guy in the business. You're trying to get over the Godfather. So, I'm gonna bring some good stuff to him, and here you deliver what you think is good stuff, and he goes, yeah, thanks.
I took him
takes you to court the next day.
I took him to court where Undertaker Taker was the
Taker was the judge.
And I took him to court for misrepresentation of the word chronic.
Yes, sir. But I might have been young, but I knew how to get out of that because I went to the liquor store and bought the biggest bottle of Jack Daniels I could find. And I walked up to Taker and said, Your Honor, may I have a word with the judge? And he goes, yeah. And I just sat it on the table and walked away. And he goes, case dismissed. And that was it.
So you brought him some 80s weed with the seeds and all that shit.
No, this stuff was the stuff like from a Mexican garage that was in a trash can, and it was all dried
Dude, I
out.
was so mad. D'Lo's right. I just shut the door. I was so mad, man, because I was expecting the fire. And D'Lo told me, I got the chronic, man. I got it, bro. He's got the best stuff, man. He built it up like that.
And the week before, I had stuff it was purple with veins running through it, and it had fur all over it. I'm like, Godfather's gonna love this. And then I get this stuff that looks like it's been like in a dehydrator. Dried apricots look better than this stuff.
Wow. So Charles throws it over in the corner and leaves it there. Can you imagine the housekeeping crew coming in? Wow, look at this, man. They think it's the best stuff in the world. And they probably got high for a month off of that stuff.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Then for the common man, that was good stuff. For Godfather, that's the stuff you sweep away and throw away. That's the stank at the bottom of the bag.
I had a friend over my house a couple of days ago, right? And I'm like, he's like, he wanted to smoke. So I go, this stuff's not really that good, bro. I'm not really proud of it, but this and that, but that's all I got right now. And then he smells it and looks at it. He goes, are you crazy? He goes, I'm from LA and I can't even find stuff like this. He goes, you're joking, right? He's like, I'm like, no, I'm not joking. And he goes, dude, you got issues if you really think that this is bad. He goes, I can't even find stuff like this. Well, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but he had no idea who he was dealing with.
Here's the thing. I meant to tell you guys earlier. Here's the thing about me. It's not that.
Yeah, you're crazy. That's what's
except for that one time. Yeah. Except for that one time in the ring. It's not that I can outsmoke you. I can outlast you. And the more that I smoke, the more I can smoke. I can smoke a lot. So if you think you're gonna outlast me, you got some serious issues if you can outlast me.
I've seen this man send Snoop Dogg home packing.
Yeah.
So if you can send Snoop Dogg home, then you can smoke.
And it's sad. It's sad because I really have to smoke that much. And you guys know me. I really have to smoke that much to keep that bear motherfucker away. Because that dude can
D'Lo, tell us about the Snoop Dogg deal. I mean, that's got to be a hilarious source.
I was just in Chicago, man. I think you guys remember. That was Jesse Ventura was there that night. It was in the Allstate Arena. And we get there and Snoop finds his way in. And then within 10 minutes, the entire bowl, the bottom bowl of the Allstate is lit up.
Yeah.
And that's exactly when Vince and Stephanie came out and Godfather's coming out and Godfather looks and goes, you know me. And Snoop, Godfather walks in the room and getting ready. You look in there, Snoop Dogg is like this.
Gary, I don't believe you never heard about this.
I can tell you what room it was in.
It's a little locker room. It's right there.
That's right.
And Snoop Dogg was gone.
That's the first time.
Kane is there, and Kane's standing there, and he's like he's watching a car wreck. He's like sitting there, and I go, "What's up, Glenn? What's wrong?" He goes, dude, come here, just come here. And I walk over there, I go, oh my God, the whole fucking place reeked. I mean,
Yes.
the place reeked.
But,
So
but how many people can lay out Snoop?
Yeah.
Hey, they
And
came
here-
to me. That's the first time I met them, right? And they came to me, and I'm not gonna say
And the
who they-
last time.
they came to me and said, "Hey, Snoop don't feel good. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't have any weed. Do you have any?" I'm like, "Okay." I
Oh,
said,
wow.
so I go in there, smoke Snoop out. Now it's time to leave. And so when I walk out, I thought you were there, Jerry, but there's Vince was
God, he
there.
was.
Some,
I probably was or was so high I don't
yeah,
remember.
and there was a lot of people there, and we'd been smoking for like an hour in this room. So I walk out, and Jesse Ventura, everybody's there. They look at me, and I'm like, "Hey, you guys know me?" I'm like, "You're the ones that invited Snoop. Don't look at me." And I walked away. And the funny thing is, I never heard one word about it from anybody. Not one word until later. Not one word. Nobody said anything to me about it.
Well, who's
Jerry,
gonna
when-
say something about it, right?
Yeah, I
Snoop's
know.
not gonna say anything.
Come on, I
No.
mean, well, you guys have seen me do a lot of stupid shit like that, so you're
No.
probably like, that's just, hey, you've seen a lot of it.
When Kane
And
called me over, I'm sitting there going, "You got to be kidding me!" Well, Jesse Ventura was the governor of Minnesota at the time, and they had all his Secret Service, not like a president, but he had Secret Service there, protected him. He walks out to get his catering, and it's just like a fog, because you're next room to Governor Ventura, and he walks out and gets his catering. He goes, "Well, the boys are still the boys," and just walked right back in.
What else?
And then-
There's nothing else he could do. He
No.
couldn't say anything.
No, and that was way before vaping. These were the old joints. This
Yeah.
Yo, this was blunts. This was big old things.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I don't believe they put up with me.
You're in a class of your own, brother.
Well, I'll take that.
Amen
I'll
on
take
that.
that. Everybody on this panel is a class of their own.
Hey, Ron,
Yeah, that's true.
what about Winston-Salem when he walked up and Bear had come out because he didn't have any weed?
Oh my God.
And we're sitting there by the police, by the Winston-Salem police.
This isn't that long ago.
They're standing there.
This is what, maybe 6 months ago?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
This wasn't back in the day.
Even the police were in shock.
What happened? Did I come down and I was probably in a bad mood, right?
Every other word was an F word. You're mad at the world. You were mad at everything. We're going. What's wrong with you? I ain't got any weed. And so finally, somebody, I'm not going to say who, Gerald Brisco, gave you some weed. And you lit up a joint, and there's two cops that are standing
On each side of it.
on each side of you. You're like, and immediately you became this guy, the nice one.
But we're both sitting there, right? So we're looking at him, trying to give him the egg, like, "Hey, bro, hey, take it easy." And he's like, just kept talking, wow, it's not what I want, but it'll do. And the cops are looking at each other, they're in disbelief.
What do we do? What do we do with this guy?
Hey, they finally came to the conclusion there, and they just looked at each other and they said, "Well, okay, we need to just bail. We got to bail on this.
Yeah.
We got to walk away on this, okay? Because if this big summit is crazy enough to do this in front of us, okay, what's going to happen if we try to tell it? You can't do that, right? So they said, well, let's just made up some old lame story, and they took a powder and went somewhere else.
Oh yeah, they said something like, "Well, we got to go make our rounds or something."
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Hey,
Get the hell out of Dodge, man.
that's funny, though. But hey, they make good stories.
Yeah, man. But look at you. Look, we wouldn't have you no other way, brother.
The hell no.
No,
No.
we wouldn't.
For sure.
Oh my God! When we stopped that one time in Florida and we saw him stopped on the side of the road with the police,
Oh,
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
oh.
We drive by, we're driving, everybody drove fast back there. We're flying. All of a sudden we see Godfather in the damn near in the middle of the highway. He's standing, he's not even on the side of the road, he's standing like almost in the highway with the
Well,
cops.
we're lit up too now. We don't know if we want to stop or not.
Right. Yeah. So we pull in front of the cop car, and there's the Godfather's car, there's the cop car, then there's us. We can smell what Godfather's car from that far up outdoors. We're like, oh my God, he's going to jail. There's nothing we can do. We go back there, and Ron is Charles. We'll talk to the cop. You get out of here. Just get out of here. And Godfather's like, no. He's so high. He's like, no. He recognized me. He wants a picture, which was true. The guy would stop to so he could get a picture. He wanted a picture.
Yeah, he stopped to get a picture. That's why he stopped.
And so,
Dude, I was in there. You can smell the weed. Soon as you can smell, like you said, you can smell it he could smell it.
The smoke still coming out of the car.
Oh, and the best thing was the cop had a drug dog in his car. The dog is going, oh! Scratching at the door. I mean, this dog has hit the mother freaking load. I mean, this dog is like, this is the greatest heist in the history of the world. I've got a freaking cartel's amount of weed in this.
Yeah, the dog is thinking they're gonna pin a medal on me.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna get a medal. I'm gonna get unlimited treats. Arrest this man. And the cop looks back at the dog and he goes, hey, even my dog recognizes you.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know how you do it, man. You know?
Hey,
That's my boy.
like you said, I'm living my life. I'm trying to.
That's it.
I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna enjoy myself. What I got.
In the words of Dr. Romascovich, don't ever change.
Yeah.
Don't ever change.
Well, that's a name from the past, Dr. Romascovich.
You know, he still, if you're out in his area, he still shows up to all the shows and stuff.
Oh yeah, he does.
Wow.
I just literally called him for a freaking a Z-Pack like 2 weeks ago.
Well, he hasn't changed.
He's a nice guy.
He's never changed.
He's
He's a
still
real
never
nice guy.
changed.
He's still got that long hair. He looks crazy. But
He's
a
still
nice
got the
guy.
long hair.
Yeah, he's good dude, man.
His son has grown up to be just like him, which is
Really?
crazy.
Oh, no.
He's just like him.
With that old everywhere kind of.
How you doing? Same thing.
Yeah.
They all act. He literally is a mimic. He's a mini me of his dad.
And his daughter talks just like him, too. I know.
The whole family talks.
She's a beautiful lady, but she talks just like her old man.
Well, never finishes a sentence. Just start a sentence and go to something else, right?
Oh, Doc is like the dog that saw the squirrel. He's like, yeah, and then over here, and he's this way, and he's looking somewhere else. That's Doc. He don't ever finish a sentence.
That's the best.
But you could never get the good stuff out of him, though.
Oh,
Okay?
hell no.
Oh no.
He would always, you could never get it out of him, man.
Yeah.
You would ask him something, and he'd go, hey, yeah, Ronnie, but hey, did I ever tell you about? I said, no, doctor. I do. I would like for you, if you could. Can I get some for the pain? Ronnie, I was telling you about that guy. You remember I told you? And I'm like, Doc, no, I don't want to know about that guy. What about the pain? Ronnie, did I ever tell you about this? And you just wind up walking away.
You remember when he gave you like a whole bag of Tylenol freaking like free gifts? So we're like trying to get the hookup from Dr. Romascovich, which, by the way, he was not the hookup. And so we're like, hey, get some pain pills and something. And he goes, He brought a bag full of like Tylenol samples.
From the hospital, from his office.
Extra strength, though, John. They were Tylenol extra strength, though.
That's what he was giving you the good stuff there.
Yeah,
we're thinking we hit the mother load.
And it was not Stabbage, okay?
Oh, my God.
No, man. For sure. All right, man.
All right, what did we come here for anyway?
We came here for this.
Hey, I didn't realize I started reading about just like getting ready for the thing today, the Nation Domination. I didn't realize you were Clarence Mason first. I forgot about that.
Who?
Ron, that you were Clarence Mason first when the Nation Domination.
Ron?
Who was Clarence Mason?
The little attorney.
He was the lawyer.
The attorney.
I know who he was. Yeah. I thought you were saying D'lo was Clarence Mason.
No. When Ron first started the Nation, it was Clarence.
Clarence was in it.
Yeah, Clarence was in it. I forgot about. I forgot completely about. And you had
also you had two honkies in there too.
JC and Wolfie D.
PG-13
was in it.
Yeah, but you know what though?
Rush was in it.
Yeah, but
Crush was in it.
Oh, yeah.
Crush,
Savio.
Puerto Rican
Savio.
Savio was in.
But you know those.
Well, what was that for? Just kind of calm down the chatter,
No, actually, what it was, right? So when we were talking over everything, right, at the beginning, of course, during that time, now it was really, really mainstream stuff, with the movements going on, with the Islam and all of that, and how serious they are, right? So when we started it, and everything was going real good, so we had to be sure that we wanted to try to keep things a little bit toned down because it was getting heated. We were getting a lot of mail,
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, we were getting a lot of mail. I mean, like real mail with this, So that was a way of calming it down just the tone when we would include everybody, even like with the two little dudes, right? With the rappers Whoopi and what's the name?
JC Ice.
Yeah, and they were pretty good by the way.
They were good.
Did, but they cut their own throats,
Yeah.
But that was a way of toning it down so they couldn't just say it was like a one-dimensional racist thing. And that took that element out of it. And then as we kept going, we kept adding, put everybody, we even had a woman at one time, remember? Right. And then
Who was the woman?
Yeah. Remember, I'm not sure what her name was. Remember the young black chick we had in there at the beginning?
I don't remember her name. She was
Shaniqua? Was it Shaniqua?
It had to be one of them, something.
I don't think it was her though.
Hopefully it wasn't her.
But we had to try to encompass everybody so they'll take that one-dimensional element out of it. So then what can you say? You can't say it's a racist now because we've got Puerto Ricans, got white, got blacks. We had a woman in it, right? So, and that took that element out of it, Right, yeah.
Ron, you had to be thrilled to death when Vince came to you about this suggestion of creating it because you were a gladiator at the time. Farouk, you were right scored, and all of a sudden you go from that character into damn and the nation. Tell us about that conversation.
Listen, Jerry. Listen, I would have, brother. I probably would have put on like look. You could have put me in like a clown outfit to get out there. Okay. With the red nose. Right?
Hey, Ron, let me ask you a question. When I was put in the nation, did you have any idea that they were putting me in the nation?
No.
When I show up to TV, I'm coming back as Papa Shango.
Right.
And Jerry Lawler paints my face. I get my new outfit, this and that. All of a sudden, Vince wants to talk to you. And he goes, change your plans. He goes, we're going to call you. We're going to put you in the nation. We're going to call you Kama Mustafa. You and Ron Simmons are going to wrestle Undertaker in the handicap match, and you're going to go over. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, and
that's the first time I met you.
That's right. And they didn't want to give nothing away. So that same time, right, when he called you in, right after that was when he told me. That was it. So the timing was the same for both of us, Yeah.
You think that's just something they came up with that day, Jerry?
Well, I think it had that same element. No, they had already talked about this, bro. Right? Because when you look at it, they had to be sure when they were doing this, because when they were trying to mimic what would go on in the real nation, and when you see the brothers standing around and how they would be, out on the streets, right? So now, who else fits that bill more than your big ass? Right? There was nobody else that could fit it better in that role. So if you'll notice how all of the roles that they got, right, fit everything. Now you take a look at you. Right, there you are representing that and be the same identity that you would see one of the brothers standing up that would be out in the real nation of Islam, right, if they would like security. Then you take D'lo. Look, there's a brother that can swing. He's got the mindset. He looked the part, handled business, but could get down if he had to. Right. So, they were very creative when they came to picking.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So you were ready to shake that gladiator gimmick right away.
Brother, listen. Hey, listen. I was already Hey, Jerry, I was already standing up in the office, taking it off as he was talking.
I tell you, I follow a lot of things in my life and time. But when I remember sitting in a production meeting, we got Ron Simmons, and I always told you were one of my heroes. That you can't carry your bag into Tampa Stadium, hoping I get a free ticket to the Bennett games there. So they say Ron Simmons is coming. Oh, fantastic! We're making him a gladiator. I kind of look, and did I hear that right? You're going to make him what? Yeah, we're making him a gladiator. The toughest gladiator I know shit he will be.
Hey.
What's a Farouk? And I remember walking up to you in the hallway, and I think it's in Seattle, Washington. You're cutting a promo, and I'm sitting there listening. Man, listen to that man, promo. And then they cut off and introduced Farouk, a gladiator, tell a backstory. I just started shaking my head. I turned and walked away. No, this can't be Ron Simmons that I know. So I know you're ready to get out of that damn.
Look here, man. Look, my only thought was that listen, when the introductory to that, right? As I'm talking to Vince, right? So I'm like, hey, I'm a gladiator. Okay, all right. Now you ain't gonna sit in front of Vince and have all of this pleasure in front of you, like I don't know. Right, I don't want to do that. The hell with that, right? No. So I'm thinking in my mind, well, this might not be that bad. I can see the metal outfit now, the suit, right? And in my mind, I'm thinking, all the shining metal and the real Roman gladiator stuff, And I'm seeing, like I'm standing in the ring and as if, a nice lady taking it off of me, right. So I couldn't have been farther away from what it really was.
Rod, do you have the blue helmet?
No, man. Listen. I couldn't wait to get rid of that stuff. Okay.
Well, you should be like what's that guy that fell through the wall there? You could sell that helmet every night at.
That was Tugboat, wasn't it?
Tugboat, Shockmaster.
Shockmaster. You can sell that thing every night at every appearance you go. The original Shock.
I've been in appearances with him, and he takes more pictures with the Shockmaster helmet on.
He has the helmet with him.
Yeah, you're right, man.
And, what is it, John? What is it, John? He sells that every show he goes to.
Every show he sells the original Shockmaster helmet at the end.
When he just got the replicas of it, right? And this is the original.
This is the original.
Each one is the original.
I hate the part with it. I hate the part. Like Curtis Hughes selling the urn every single.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Hey, D'lo, we always said Shockmaster's biggest mistake wasn't falling through the wall; it was Berkeley. Berkeley, his son.
Yeah.
He doesn't help.
So when Vince presents you this, you're all for it because you're getting out of that damn helmet and you're getting into something serious.
Listen, man. I mean, I'm like, beside my, then I thought it was another joke. Okay.
Right, tell me the punchline.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, here we go again. Right. Yeah. So it says, no, listen, I think I have this great idea. And I think it fits right down in with the mentality and the personality that you've got, right? So we want to do something based off of like the nation, the Islam, that side, a very boisterous, kind of poignant, guy that takes no crap and no shit from nobody else. So, I can do that for sure, But now I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute. I'm already thinking of like, here we go. Right? What kind of outfit is this, man? In my mind, right? Well, what we're going to do with that? So he already had the outline and the illustration. That's when I knew, back to your question, Godfather, that they had already put a lot of thought in it because they had already had all of the illustration drawings of everything,
Okay, yeah.
Right. Yeah, they had everything, man.
Yeah.
They didn't even smart me up about it.
Yeah, and now that I look at it, they had everything. And they even had, and it probably would have been you all in D'lo back in the back of it, the way they had it standing out, everything, Right. And when I saw the outfit, listen, like I said, I had started taking that shit off when I was in the office.
Sign me up, brother. Sign me.
Shit. Take it away.
Now, D'lo, you're a young guy in the business. What? You're maybe a year or two in the business. When you get this opportunity, they just brought you up. They didn't tell you why they were bringing you up, right? Courtney called you and said, "Hey, come on, you're needed in New York." Tell us.
Yeah, pretty much. I was talking to Cornette, and he was like, "Do you have a suit?" And I go, yes, I got a suit, knowing I didn't have a fucking suit at all. But I'll handle that afterwards.
Yeah, the
And
answer
he
is
goes,
never no. The answer
it's
is
never no, it's always yes.
Yeah.
And so he goes, you have a suit? I was like, yes, I do. And he goes, all right, well, have you come up to New York this week? This was the first night of Shotgun Saturday night. And he goes, well, have you come up to New York this week? And I just literally came in because the way it was explained to me when I got there was Ron has got this nation and he's got a bunch of these guys in the background, but none of them can bump. So they're out there getting all this heat on the baby faces, and the baby faces can never get anything back on them. So my job was to be the nation dude that could get his ass kicked. And I was all for it because this was my big break, my introduction into the big company. He was like, let's go. And I'm in close proximity to a guy who I had idolized and looked at through the business as a fan. I'm like, great. What else? I want to be there. So I got there that night, and it was, all right, we're gonna have Ahmed Johnson slam you on the top of this Lincoln. And my bright idea was, let's not have him slam me. Can he give me his finish on top of the roof of the thing? I'm a backyarder. I didn't care about that, but I knew it was gonna be a good bump. And then everybody was like, oh, I remember it was Dr. Tom who was our agent there. He's like, you can do this? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. And we did it. Boom. And I knew I had an in because as I was walking back, Vince stopped me and made me watch the replay. He had never, ever had 2 words to talk to me, but he stops me and he goes, watch this. And he goes, that was fucking awesome. And I was like, I guess I did my job. And then it was after that they brought me back the next week because it was supposed to be a one-off. And they brought me back the next week and they kept bringing me back, and then slowly put me on the road. And that's when Mr. Brisco there started writing the really good reports about me. And next thing you know, you guys are stuck with me 30 years later.
Yeah.
but Jerry, like I said, they probably had those ideas in mind, right? But see, the original thing was, right, they were going to be in the nation, right? Primarily now it was supposed to be set up, and thank God it went down this way, that it was just going to be me working my ass off, and they were going to be supporting their, run interference and beat up guys, if I needed them beat up, right? But so what happened was that when they got Godfather, right, and then they got D'Lo, and then, my God, Savio, Crush, then what evolved was that, hey, well, they found out, well, damn, hell, everybody can work good, Yeah. So now it has to be, a whole 2 different ball game instead of me just going out now, focusing on me having the matches. Now, hell, every one of them can work now. So shit, we've got to, put a program around in some ways right for all of them, because see, D'Lo was supposed to be like just primarily doing the bumps, and he'll wind up being, they said, well, damn, it can work good. So shit, we got not only can use him for this, so he's like a Swiss Army knife, he can do it all. And then Godfather, more than just muscle, shit, he can work and as well as crush. So now they got the right for everybody,
Yeah.
Wow.
And, I've said it a million times, but Stone Cold said always, with Ron Simmons, the only one can walk in with that blue helmet and nobody says a word.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the term is Ron is unfuckwittable.
That's right. That's right. That is where the term came from.
That's the term right there.
Johnny, let me ask you a question. When people think of the nation of domination, who's in that group?
The 4 I would choose, I think that are in it would be you 3 and Rock would be the people that people thought, because that to me was the most intimidating look. Now don't get me wrong, Crush and Savio, big, tough looking guys, and they are tough guys.
Yes.
I always thought you 4 were the ones that really represented the nation. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, and then we added, and then we added more, and as we kept on, we added more muscle, right, with Mark.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Mark. Where Mark came on in it too, right? So it kept growing to that point.
Yeah,
and then now really, and when the truth be told out of this, now listen, John, it got to a point to where, look, we all been around this business and we know the ins and outs and how it goes, right? See, now it's gotten to the point to where it is too strong.
Yes,
okay,
that's right.
Yeah, it's too strong now.
You're right.
Now, these guys are starting to overshadow who we really want to push, right?
You're exactly right.
We got to do something now to cut this out.
Yeah.
Right. And hell, we've only been in what, 3 years in this.
Yeah.
Right?
That thing
Yeah.
should have had a 10-year run.
You know?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing
I
was
don't
awesome.
think they
And I forgot
designed
about
it.
Mark Henry. Mark Henry and that thing. If you guys were, I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Ron, I've always thought that you and Butch had the same problem, that you guys were too strong.
Wait,
Yes.
brother, listen.
They didn't know what to do with you.
You're absolutely right. And look, man, and we've all seen it happen. Right. When you are selected to be, they've already had in their mind, okay, this is a mid-card team here or a mid-card guy. But see, when it starts happening, when you or the tag team starts to get over more than what they've had in their mind.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly.
Right. Now let me sneak somebody else's ass right under them to steal their thunder to
Right.
get their ass over now.
Right.
At your expense. Okay. Right. And that's how a lot of shit went down. Right.
Now, tell me this, guys. When we had Crush and Savio in there, were two fantastic people. We love both those guys, and God rest Crush's soul. He's gone now, but
They're both BSK members too.
Yeah, BSK. So when they were in, was there anything? Well, we're the nation of domination. The white guys shouldn't be in there, and in Puerto Rico, we need to be all brothers. Was there any of that conversation, or how did it come out where these guys slowly were weeded out of the nation?
Well, no, it wasn't any. That never was a thought. Not to add. God, I mean, man, I love Crush and I love Savio. I mean, just as much as I did Godfather D'Lo, Mark, and all of them, right? But like I said, we had started to get, some outside mail and everything, right? And this wasn't from black people. These were mostly from white people thinking that this was a racist.
I remember that. That's what the big problem was.
And
wasn't the black folk, it was the white folk.
And heaven forbid, on a fictional television show, people are mad about characters.
Yeah, but you know what? You couldn't even start to explain to them, hey man, listen, this ain't real.
Right.
Yeah, they still didn't give a damn, right? So, but it was perfect timing when we sat down and said, listen, we gotta have to do something, to kind of chill this so where they can't. And after we did that, when we put all inclusive, added something in there, all of it stopped. All the mail stopped because now, what do you say? You can't say nothing. Yeah.
I always thought Mark Henry was a perfect addition to that group.
Yeah, I did too.
Because you're right off the Olympics, all that stuff. I mean, he was perfect. He was young.
And he was in great shape at the time. He looked amazing.
He looked like a killer.
and he couldn't have come into a better situation. Okay.
Yeah.
As green as a stick of crayon when he comes in. But what better way to come in than surrounded by us? Ron,
right. I remember you making him getting him in the ring and him wanting to tag out, and you say, no, you keep your ass out there and put some work in. You ain't gonna come in here and just slam somebody and tag out. You gonna get out there and work. Keep your ass out there. That's what Rob would tell him.
That's good. You guys picked up his work rate real well, and that was well noted too.
Yeah,
well,
but now listen.
I think that the nation provided cover. Same thing for me and for Rocky, where we were able to go out there and make mistakes and have Ron and Godfather correct us without falling flat on our face for the world to see. We were able to hide in there, and Ron could help us out, point us in the right direction, and we could learn. And that's what really upticked all of our work.
Yeah, and the best thing about this, Jerry, and of course you've seen it all, man, throughout your career, is that, hey, how often and how many times would you have a faction of that many people to where everybody out of it went their own separate ways and were able to continue to have good careers in their own right?
That's right.
That don't happen that often. You know what I'm saying?
I guess the only other group you could compare that to is probably DX, where each one of those guys.
Right.
Yeah. And you don't get that, man. Right. Yeah. That's the best part about it all. Right. And then see, that was the one thing that nobody could ever take that away from us, man. See that, hey, they could split us up, but listen, you could not stop all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you can take the shit away from us, okay? But hey,
it's crazy when you think the nation was the launching point. It wasn't the highlight for all of us. It was the launching point for everyone in the group. And that says a lot because the nation was so over, and that was our lowest point. We all went higher after that. That doesn't happen. That never happens.
And it was absolutely a launching pad for Rock. Okay.
Oh, without a doubt.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
There is no Rocky or the final boss without his time in the nation.
Absolutely launching pad. You know.
And he portrayed us so well in his little series, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah.
Wasn't the guy who played you shorter than me?
The guy that played me was the guy that played me auditioned for the Viscera part. God rest Viscera. I'm not trying to be funny. God rest Viscera. So, but he tried for that, and they got another Viscera. So they made him Godfather because those, I guess, were only black guys that had tattoos.
But thank God though they didn't have him smoking.
That's what
Charles, tell us about the heat outside the arena. I mean, inside the arena with the crowds there, it was always great reaction. But when you guys didn't have it always easy going to your hotels, leaving the arena, right, with your cars.
Oh man, you always had to worry about that.
Oh yeah,
especially at that time. Man.
This is really old school type heat that you guys were having.
Yeah,
it wasn't that 90s heat where, it's heat inside the arena. You leave the arena, you're a good old boy. When you guys left the arena, you had to watch your back all the time.
Yeah, man, and we're riding together, and we're showing up together, and we're hanging out, and we
all had to ride as a group to watch each other's back to protect each other.
Yeah,
we had heat, man.
Hey, that was when that was when, look, man, when you took pride in being a heel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know what you call it today. You can take the H off it today. Okay.
Yeah. No, we stayed heel, man. The way we talked to everything, man. We had that group had heat, serious heat.
I know when you turned into rent-a-cars, the office got a few bills for the damage on those rent-a-cars by the fans leaving the arena, right? You guys had to fight your way out of the arena almost, right?
It was that real, man, because I think it was myself, right? And I've told this story before, though, right? When we were doing, when we were in it, we were at the Rosemont, I believe it was, right? The Godfather, we were at the Rosemont, and when they were having a conference.
Yep. I was splitting a room with you, Ron.
Yeah. And John was there, right? Because I had to call both of them. Who was I called? You or John, and one of them, right? They had to come save me.
Yeah. I came down, and the whole Nation of Islam was there. Farrakhan's boys were there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Godfather, you should have heard him. And Ron calls me middle of the day, and he goes, "Yeah, you ready to go?" And I said, "No, we're not leaving for whatever it was, a couple hours." He goes, Yeah, you're coming right down. And I said, "You need me to come down?" He goes, "Yeah." So I come down right away, and I look, they all got their, bow ties on, or the Nation of Islam, Farrakhan's boys. And Ron's in the middle of them. They want him to speak at their deal that night. And I'm like, oh my God.
I'm standing there with my eyes all bugged out, right? Because I'm like, brother, you have got to get me out of this. Okay? Yeah.
Godfather, I walked right up in front of every one of them, the most unwelcome guy in the freaking building.
I
walked up and I go, "Guys, I am so sorry, but Ron's got to go with me now. We got to get to the building." They just called me. I apologize for interrupting you guys, but I got to get him out of here now. And Ron was like, "No, we can go later. He's working. You know what I'm going?"
Yeah.
I'm going, "Ron, I'm sorry. They just called me. We've got to go." Ron goes, "Oh, God, guys, I'm sorry about that." I'm like, holy shit.
Hey, listen,
we got out of there and ran to the car.
Bro, I have listened now. That's the one time now that's an example of what we were speaking of, right? And that's a testament to what, how we were, putting ourselves over and into what we were doing.
Right.
Because listen, those guys were really into it, man. They wanted me to get up in front of the conference.
That's right.
And, and give a few words. What am I going to do? What am I going to get up there and say? Hey, listen, I just want y'all to know that this shit ain't real.
This doesn't work,
Ron knew assalamu alaikum, and that was it.
And that's a 4 segment.
It's enough to get you in trouble.
That's enough to That's not the same hotel that you and John almost tried to drive the car
Yes,
to, is it?
the same
The
one.
same hotel he tried to drive through the window.
Who tried to drive through the window, John?
D'Lo, we're going to WrestleMania one morning, and we're
Oh
out
my
there in
God.
Chicago. And Godfather turns into the hotel. We're not saying nothing. We've been up late in Chicago, and so we're coming in. Godfather's driving up the freaking thing, drives right up on the curb. He's going to go through the window. We go, "Hey, stop!" And he looks around, backs off, goes around, drives, takes a left at the light, and turns. And nobody said a word. And Godfather goes, "Did you guys see me almost drive through that window?" No, we weren't in the car.
Yeah, and now we, mind you, we're speechless because we know we're still trying to get our shit back together, because after we see what's happening and we're both like looking at is this fool gonna stop? What the hell? Hey, what are you doing? And he just calmly asks us, "Damn, did y'all see me, man, about the hell yeah, yeah, stop the car, man."
Right. Remember in White Plains that time where he was on early? We'd come out there and he's got his shirt off and it's snowing, and he says the guys gave him a Russian, and you go,
"Yeah,
did they give you a roofie?"
Yeah, they gave him. But we were in a country bar or something, right?
No, we were like we were up in like Poughkeepsie. We had to drive in the snow from Newark to like Poughkeepsie or Glen Falls. It was a small show way up there. And I was on early. So I went to some bar where they were drinking. I started drinking, playing pool and stuff. And yeah,
while we're working.
So I don't know. I think somebody gave me something.
Hey, but that was what were we when he was doing was he doing the pimp gimmick then or was Papa
I
Shango?
can't remember. I just remember because you asked
about
me.
335 pounds. Remember?
Yeah.
That little bar we was in, and we think somebody slipped some shit in on him, right?
Yeah.
And in the middle of everything, right? And everybody got off of the dance floor because they were scared of him.
Yeah. When he told us, "Don't you guys get into a fight tonight? Whatever you do, don't get into a fight tonight." And the bouncer comes up to us and goes, "Would you talk to your buddy?" And we look at him, he's got his shirt off. He's 300-something pounds. He's out there just dancing. All them cowboys are sitting there waiting. Just, if he gets a little drunker, we're going to jump him.
Yeah.
They'd have lost. They'd have lost if they'd have jumped him.
Oh my God!
They'd have lost.
I think they asked Johnny. Yeah, Johnny's like, you go tell him. He ain't gonna listen to nobody right now.
Yeah,
I can't talk to him.
No, we're like, no, man. You go tell him. And they're like, "Hey, he's your buddy, man." He's like, "Yes, he is, but we want you to tell him."
Yeah, we want to watch. See what happens here.
And he got the whole dance floor to himself.
Oh, D'Lo, you should have seen it. Every cowboy in there was just sitting there eyeballing him. They're all around the dance floor, eyeballing him.
Yeah,
they're all too scared.
My big old black ass out there, probably sweating and all. Big old.
All of them holding the girl, right? You can see them holding the girl, and all of them looking at him. And John and I standing there. We're both sitting back, just standing there looking at him, right? And he's got his shirt twirling in
Right.
his mouth.
Oh no!
And they're all scared. They're all scared to death. Right?
Oh my God! Lord help me. I'm not right, I guess.
No, you're not. None of us are on this anyway.
But hey,
Yeah, man. Yeah,
But that night it was up in where it was. I think it was Arniestown up at White Plains. I think that's when he got the roofie or Russian, whatever it was. Because you asked him, Ron, you go, "What'd they give to you?" And you go, "Oh, they gave Russian or something." You go, "They were trying to knock you out and roll you."
But
they gave you a roofie.
Yeah, but they couldn't.
They couldn't knock you out. Jerry, he's standing and talking to us like he is now.
They couldn't do it. They wanted to get him out of there, Jerry. So they slipped some in on him, right? Because they all were scared of him, right? And all the girls looking at him, big tattooed black ass standing up there, right? All of them, and they were jealous of him, so they tried to knock him out. But they couldn't knock him out. Right?
They had no idea.
Better men than them have tried to knock him out, man.
Yeah.
One time, this one girl tried to went in the bathroom and like rolled something up for me, right? And like I'm like, why is she going in the bathroom to roll something up? Why would you have to go in the bathroom? Not knowing she's lacing this stuff, you know. And so she gives me the joint, and I smoke the joint. She won't smoke it. No, I don't smoke weed. This is just for you, right? Well, apparently she was trying to. She laced it with a bunch of stuff, but it didn't work. I'm gonna let it go at that, but it didn't work. It backfired. I think it backfired on her big time.
You drugged yourself.
You drugged yourself.
Probably the look of horror on her face when you didn't pass out, and she's looking at you like, "Oh
Right.
my God, what have I got?"
For whatever
myself
reason,
into?
I have a high tolerance for stuff like that.
Really?
No,
I wonder
really?
why.
Not you.
Seriously.
Hey, it shouldn't challenge me. We talked about it earlier. Why would
know,
you?
I
Why
made
would
that
you
mistake.
challenge me? Why would you? I don't care. I don't care who you are. Snoop,
Yeah, you're out of
he
your
will tell you
mind.
about Snoop Dogg. Why would you challenge me?
Yeah.
I can't believe that Jerry of old people would challenge you.
Jerry did.
Yeah, I ain't
Yo,
afraid.
oh, you
Jerry,
thinking?
he challenged me twice.
Yeah. And both times the Charles walked away with his hand up and me flat on my back.
Hey, Ron, you remember at the Hall of Fame when Teddy Long took that liquid that Godfather gave him?
Oh, yeah.
No, Teddy didn't.
Oh,
Teddy, oh man, Teddy was big talking Godfather.
Oh, man.
Give me some of that. And Godfather goes, Teddy, listen, just take a little sip. And he goes, how
a
much?
tiny bit.
And
Yeah.
Godfather goes, well, I'll drink the whole thing. He goes, I'll be fine.
Right.
It wasn't
Hey,
15 minutes, Jerry. We look over there.
And this is true. It's a true story. Now, this is the truth. So
Oh, yeah.
we both done now, both were sitting there, right? And we both heard him say, no, man, take like the pinhead of or just the tag.
I tried to warn him. I'm like, just
Yeah.
take a little bit, like just a little bit. Oh, I can handle it, man. Player. I'm telling you, player.
Hey, John.
All right, I'm telling you, don't just take it. I'm trying to warn him.
Hey, John, what was it? We looked up there and we could see Teddy right there. Now, this is at the ceremony, right, John?
That's right.
At the ceremony, and we both looked up there at him, and he was just like,
That's right.
and we could see the slide running down the side of his mouth. Yeah, and he just like that. And we're both trying to throw something up there
That's right.
at him.
We're throwing things at him. At one point, Jerry, he had his mouth up.
Yeah. Trying to warn. Why? Knowing me, why would you not? I'm trying to warn you. Why would you not listen to me?
So his mouth is so John and I are playing basketball, right?
That's right. We're throwing stuff in his mouth.
Yeah.
If Godfather ever gives me something, I am not taking it in public for
No,
fear of how I'm gonna end up on the floor.
No,
But
man.
I'm honest.
Take that in your
I'm
hotel
honest.
room.
I'll tell you, hey, you might not want to just take a little bit of this, or hey, just
You might not want to
That
do it
stuff
now.
He showed us in Newark. I mean, this is like a few weeks ago. He goes, "Hey, this is 100%." I go, "Well, what is it normally?" He's like, "I don't know, 20, whatever it was." I go, "You got something that's 5x what you're supposed to have." He goes,
Unreal.
"Yeah." I go, we don't-
there was
Unreal.
but did you say something about the pilots were there or something? But I blew it out.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were standing right next to
That was concentrate. I said cannabis might be 27, 30%. I'm like, but this is a concentrate. This is closer to 100%. You know,
Christ.
which is it actually looks like this here.
See?
Yeah, I can't believe it actually looks. It actually
Yeah,
looks
like that.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah,
I'm glad
exactly
you have
looks
an
like
example to
this
show
here.
the world. I'm glad you got an example to show the world what it looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what you use your flamethrower on when you light it up?
Oh man, unbelievable.
Oh, there.
Hey.
All right.
I concentrate.
You
right?
guys think I'm joking about? You know I ain't joking about this shit.
No. Oh, we
This
know
is
you're
my-
not.
This is my.
I know you're
studio.
not. I've been on the floor thinking you were joking about it.
This
Yeah,
is
we know
my
you're not
studio.
kidding,
So yeah, if I'm smoking in the house, I smoke up in the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
smoke. I don't smoke in that main part of the house. I just smoke in my studio out here. I don't do that. So
Yeah, well,
You know,
yeah, you
before
got-
we came on air, you were talking about having to go to wrestler's court for giving Godfather weed that wasn't up to standard.
Yeah, so I had, so I was living in Chicago at the time, and I had my boy who was always a weed connection, and he'd always get this really good stuff. I mean, fireweed, like it had hairs on it and purple veins running through it. So I see this, and I'm like, man, Godfather's going to love this. And we got WrestleMania the next week in town. I'm like, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I was like, you need to get me some more of this. He goes, I'll get it. So like the night before I go to pick it up, and I tell Godfather, like, bro, I'm going to go pick your stuff up right now. I'm going to go pick it up. You're going to love it. I get there, and he hands me this bag, and he goes, this is all I could get. And I look at it, I go, and I'm looking at him, what is this? It is dried up, looks like it's been held in a garbage can in a garage in Mexico for 3 years. So I'm like, you ain't got nothing else? And he goes, man, this is all I got. So in my infinite wisdom, I'm like, maybe if I give it to Godfather, he won't know. Maybe he won't notice. I'm very new to Godfather at this moment. I'm like, maybe he won't know. So I walk up and I knock on his door. And I already know I'm in trouble. I know in my heart. I knock on his door, and Godfather opens the door up. He's like, hey, and he's ready. As you can see, he's like, I didn't get nothing because I've been waiting for you. And I hand it to him, and he looks, and he opens it up, and he goes, and just closes the door without saying a damn word. And I knew I am screwed right there. Yeah. I'm done. I'm done.
Man, hey, D'lo tells me, Big Perm. I don't know. He calls me Big Perm. He's like, I got you covered, Big Perm. Don't worry, I got the fire. I got the chronic. Man, this shit's going to get you so well, And I'm waiting. So I don't do my normal connections. I tell everybody else, no, I got this, man. I'm cool. My boy D'lo's got me hooked up. D'lo shows up with this shit. This stuff that looks so. I probably just threw it away right then. So the next day whenever we went to TV, I took him to Wrestler's Court for misrepresentation of the word chronic.
Yes, sir. Undertaker was the judge, and I was brought up on formal charges, but I had gotten Iggy in my ear. The best way to get out of Wrestler's Court is never to be in Wrestler's Court. So I knowing Chicago like I did, I ran to the closest liquor store, and I got the giant 96-ounce bottle of Jack Daniel, the big one. And I walked up and I said, Your Honor, may I speak to the judge? And he goes, yes. And I just put it on the table. I don't say anything. And he looked the bottle, looked at me and went, case dismissed. And that was the end of Wrestler's Court for me. And I learned right then, you take care of it with a bottle of Jack.
Bribe the judge. Bribe the judge.
Bribe the judge off. We've seen him. How many times have we seen him do this? Countless number of times, right, John? When people come up to him, they're so happy.
Oh, yeah, happy.
And they've been waiting a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
They've proud.
A long time to get the opportunity, probably to sit down with him, to smoke with him. And they have this weed, and we're looking at him, and we look at them like, oh, don't do it, please. Mm-hmm. And they pull that stuff out, and he'll look at it, and right in front of him, he'll take it and say, I don't want this shit, and throw it down.
Yeah, right.
There goes the guy's ego. Right,
he don't let him down easy. There's not any I don't know. This is the shits.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd rather you not, but my problem is my standards are maybe a little high.
No.
Maybe just they might be a little higher than most. Maybe.
Ron, remember when we were in England and he was explaining to us about a hydroponic farm?
And we had listening to a scientist. Idea. Yeah. We had no idea. We thought he was talking about a jet engine.
Yeah.
Right. He's talking about farming.
pH levels, light levels, and all that.
Yeah.
No idea what you're talking about. None. You've lost us.
Yeah,
you lost us in the first sentence.
Yeah, it's got to get the right degree of sunlight from this angle. Or the balance of the electrolyte. And we're like, what the hell are you talking about?
It might as well be Dr. Charles Wright.
Yeah.
Jerry, I never heard anything like it. It was like a scientific manual being read to us.
You just got to be careful if you call me out. If I show up with the suitcases, you got to watch out.
Amen on the suitcases.
Speaking of his PhD in weedology, so I'm working at the club one time, and I get on the microphone. I hear Godfather tell me to come to the office, because he's figured out how to make the weed concentrate with the butane and all that. So now he spends the next 2 hours walking me through how to make concentrate from flour. And I'm on the clock. He don't give a damn. He's walking me through how to make this. He goes, "Hey, you get the butane and you do this and you push it in, you force it through, and then you let it." And I'm like, I don't smoke this shit. I don't. And he's making it, and he's walking me through it step by step by step, how to make this and how to farm it the right way. And I'm like,
oh yeah, he's talking about how you impregnate, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm like, well, what are you, bro? Are you serious? Right? How you? And what?
I smoke at a level that you meet a lot of other people that smoke at that level. That's like playing golf with a better golfer or whatever. You learn shit real quick because I stuck with some of the biggest stoners in the world.
Me and Ron are like Officer Dan in Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
he's explained all this shit to somebody, and like me and Ron are like for 2 hours we heard all this shit about impregnating and pH levels and stuff like that.
It's so funny. There's not a story that doesn't involve me and marijuana or being high.
yes.
I'm like every story. I never hear a story like no Godfather was high. No, that motherfucker
was high, or not trying to get high, or he was angry because he wasn't high, and we had to get him weed to stop him.
I don't get angry.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
There was the Godfather. I'm this nice. Come on, get off that guy.
As I start telling this story, everyone's going to chime in. There was this point for some reason. You decided you were going to go weed free and you were going to give up weed. And like the first week you were a little ornery. The second week you was downright cranky. By the third week, we was all out in the city trying to buy weed to bring it back to you to get you to smoke.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We were trying to stop a mass murder.
Yeah.
Yes, because you could just tell, like someone would say hi to you, you'd be like, "Why you saying hi to me?" Like you just freaked out on him. Like, we need to get him high.
So his withdrawal, he was turned into Charles Manson, basically.
Oh.
Yes, that's where we learned what the bear was. That's where we learned who Bear
Keep
was.
the bear out. Keep the bear out.
Like, why do they call you Bear? You're such a teddy bear. I'm like,
we know now. We know.
It's a long story.
Hey, that's what. Now that's got the makings of a real movie right there, right? Big, giant, horrific teddy bear. Right? Don't get his smoke. Right.
Because he'll become cocaine. He'll become Cocaine Bear. That
Cocaine
movie.
Bear. Cocaine Bear.
I try to keep him. He doesn't. He came out this past weekend, but he very seldom. I mean, in the last 20 years or so, he don't come out too often. Ever since I've left ever since I became the Godfather. You guys are looking at me like, you lying motherfucker. Every time you don't have weed, he comes out.
I don't believe you. I don't believe a word coming out of your mouth.
Not a word, D'lo.
No.
I'm with you.
No. You know who you're talking to, man? No.
We're going through.
You guys are looking at me like, who the hell's he talking to?
We're going to customs in Canada, and the guy asks Godfather, goes, "Got anything illegal?" Godfather goes, "Only in my blood system, brother."
What they told him, look, they didn't even check it. It's gone.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
If you went into customs, because back then they fucked with us bad. Remember how
big
bad?
time,
yes,
big time.
All me and Ron would do is get behind Godfather, because as soon as we walk through and that dog would fall over, me and Ron could have brought AK.
They just wave us through, right?
Oh, just walk right through.
Just behind Godfather. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Was there ever a time where you had any issues going through Charles?
The thing is, I didn't carry anything on me, and I was never. But all my life, I've never been arrested, so I don't have no record. I've no nothing. So if you do check me out, I'm clean.
Yeah, but see, that's the mark of a profession.
Yeah, so they can't get me, and I never.
See, that's a pro.
Very, very good, Ron. Very good.
I'll say I never traveled overseas.
Yeah, that's a pro.
I never traveled to other countries and stuff.
Yeah, you need to just start giving courses on, hey, this is how you smoke. Okay.
See, Godfather never carried it with him, but he had connections everywhere. I remember one time we landed in Boston. We get off the plane. We are at baggage claim. And Godfather goes, "Look what I got." And he got a bag, and like a fatty old bag. And I'm like, where the hell did you get that in the airport? In the airport. Where this thing is like it. It's hundreds of dollars worth of weed in 10 seconds. We just came through security. He got a bag.
He got a ticket one time by camera, and he showed it to me and Ron. And he's sitting there as he's driving, like he just came through customs. He's sitting there smizzing at the camera.
And they got him leaning over to the side, right? You can see it clearly. Just like that.
He's clearly smizzing as he's coming out of the airport.
I would have connections everywhere because people thought, it was cool. I had a lot of connections at rent-a-car places because you'd turn your rent-a-car back in and the guys would be like, damn, Godfather smells good in here. Hey, next time you're here, man, if you come through here, we got you. And it'd be like that, man. It was crazy.
Well, you left so many bags in those rent-a-cars, they're probably thinking you're paying your back with your own weed.
True.
The
most incredible thing I saw one time, I'm riding with Godfather, and he's like, yeah, I want to smoke. So I'm like, and I don't know how to roll a freaking joint up. He goes, hand my bag. Now, Godfather's driving at 80 miles an hour. He goes, hand my bag. He got one hand on the steering wheel. And I watch him single-handedly put together a blunt with one finger like this. In about 4 seconds, and he literally just puts these sprinkles, and he's like, and boom, didn't break stride, never dropped a mile per hour in the car, nothing, didn't swerve, put together a perfect joint, and it was like, and I'm sitting there watching this like Einstein is, solving relativity. I can't believe it. I'm like, what in the hell is?
Boom, and he's still talking,
and chewing on his tongue.
Ron and hey, one time Johnny and Ron got me when they I would think we were in Boston and I was carrying something on me through the airport, and these two fools called me over. They're talking to a cop, a drug dog, and they called me, hey, Godfather, come over here, and I'm like. And they know I got something. They know that I have something on me, and I'm trying to keep walking. They're like, Godfather. I'm like, damn, motherfuckers, what are you doing? You know I got something on me. Tell that story.
And then,
it was a bomb dog, and so he asked the cop. I said, "Does the bomb dog smell drugs?" He goes, "No, they don't." So we know now that he can't bust the Godfather because the dog can't smell it, but Godfather doesn't know that. So we got this dog and this cop. And we're like, Godfather's walking by, and we know he's carrying. And so we go, hey, Godfather, we got a guy who wants to meet you. Like, y'all do it.
And he's running, and he's like walking a 40-yard dash in like 4
yeah. We're like, the cop wants to meet you.
I thought I was like, geez, what are they doing to me?
Hey, but again, though, so, but all of that had to come in handy, though, with you doing the Papa Shango deal, though, because, see, when you was out there high as a kite, man, that had to work perfect. Papa Shango gimmick, though, right?
That's the only way I got through that, man.
Yeah, that had to work perfect with that.
You guys know me. I'm so much different than Papa Shango. That was a stretch, especially at that time. At that time, I was still a half-ass biker, But, yeah, man, do we have any stories about me that I'm not high?
No. Every story I know about you is you high.
He's talking about fighting Dan Severn. I'm like, do we have any stories where I'm not high? Just one. Did we get one? Just one.
No.
Charlie, at what point in your life were you not high?
Yeah, right.
I really didn't start smoking cannabis until I was Papa Shango.
Really?
And Undertaker was filming a movie. I was going through a real shitty divorce. Undertaker was filming a movie, and somebody that he was a Hell's Angel guy that sold celebrities weed, and I got to meet him. We became friends, and he got me to try it. And the day that I tried it, I'm like, and I was taking a lot of pills back then and drinking all type of shit. And I tried it. This is probably 1990. I tried it, and I'm like, wow. My back don't hurt as much as it used to. And I'm like, we went to the gym and I had a really good workout. Then we went to some like taco stand and I'm like, man, this is the best taco I ever had. From that time on, I started smoking, and I started smoking with Be Real from Cypress Hill. So there you go. That's what happened. I never smoked bad weed. I started smoking the best LA weed you could start. I started with that. So where do you go from there? You end up where I am now.
Yeah. So that's the best divorce you've ever gone through.
So the Godfather is responsible for turning it into a weed ad then.
Yeah.
Or the Undertaker.
All the Godfather is high me having fun. Right?
Godfather is you. Is you.
It's me having
Godfather
fun.
is him. Godfather is you.
You're missing the guy from you're missing the guy from Cypress Hills. You guys remember when we were over in the UK and we stayed at the same hotel that they did, and every one of us started got fired the next day.
I wasn't there. I heard about it, but I wasn't there.
Yeah,
They all got fired the next day.
But just about all of us got fired. And I was the boss, and I never got fired too.
Hey, D'lo, we're in downtown New York one time driving, me, Ron, and Godfather, maybe Teddy, and Godfather says, man, can you imagine how many illegal things there are in this one city? Can you imagine how many illegal things are in our car?
Yeah.
Like in my pocket.
We got more than this whole city block put together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, John, you've lost complete control of this podcast that we're having on Nation of Domination. You're just
Wait,
what's
this is
this
a
wee
podcast?
white
I
man?
thought we were just shooting the shit.
Yeah,
It's a podcast?
Yeah.
None of this will be air, guys. I promise you.
No, it all will be because it's all great.
Yeah.
Hey, I've told Ron many times I got on Instagram just to follow Godfather. I'm on Instagram just to follow Godfather. I look at my Instagram. I've got like Summer Rae hooked me up on Instagram, put it on there for me, so I follow like her and Godfather, the only ones I follow, because she put me on there. I don't know how to. I don't know. That's my Instagram.
What to say? Hey, you remember how we were keeping up with him, right, John? And we would tune in, right? And one day he's working out, pumping iron. Then the next day he's sitting behind the desk. He's got like 10 gnomes are sitting in the front of him. The little white garden gnomes are just planted everywhere. We're like, well, what the hell is he doing now? Right. And the next day, now he's got something else that he's blowing the thing through. One of these, what is that big pipe
I've got a lot of different ways.
He had a train. Remember the train you had where the long train you smoke on?
I have probably 20 different ways of smoking. I mean, it's pretty. I've got issues.
No. Again, we wouldn't have you any other way.
To a secondhand smoke clinic. We rode with him so long.
Oh.
we pull up to Bob Evans, and me and Ron would order pies and cakes, and we didn't smoke nothing. We didn't smoke nothing. But he'd be sitting up there one after me, like cigarettes, just throwing them.
Right.
Oh my God.
Rocky had to stop riding with him because he was like, everywhere I go, I smell like weed.
Yeah.
And people think I smoke. And he
I remember.
To get out of the car.
He's like, I can't ride with you no more, man. He goes, everywhere I go, people are like, damn, we don't need you smoking. He goes, I don't. I was riding in the car with fucking Godfather. That motherfucker don't stop smoking. Me and D'lo, not too long ago, me and D'lo went to LA. Me and D'lo drove from LA we both live in Vegas and did the Be Real podcast. And D'lo got a chance to smoke a little bit with me and have a couple drinks out.
Bruh, that stuff they have there, man. I saw one dude do 98 dabs in a row.
Yes,
and I'm
that's
surprised
right.
he didn't fall out. And they have Be Real has so much stuff there that is so intense. If you're sitting in this room where they record, you're getting high by default. You ain't got to smoke nothing. Because everyone there is just chain smoking weed. And boom, boom. And I'm sitting there looking, going, bro, I'm floating on cloud 9 right now. I ain't lit one thing up.
And then we did a 4-hour drive each way. Where I probably had 1 or 2 joints.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to talk about driving high, but Godfather drove back, and I don't remember the drive, but he got us back quite safely.
Oh, I performed better that way, man.
He got us quite safely.
We know. Yeah.
We know.
Yeah. And believe it or not, you're in a rare class by yourself, brother, because you're the only one that's safer when you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Much safer. I much safer.
You know?
I would rather have a high Godfather than a sober one.
Oh yeah.
My wife would say, "Don't ever let him run out. Just keep him. Don't let him run out."
No, no.
We said it before we went on air. Me and Godfather working one time, and I said, "Reverse it, hit me with the whole trade." And he goes, "Oh no, don't worry about it. We'll do it tomorrow." And I go, "Godfather, that's the finish. It's the finish. You're beating me with the whole trade." He goes,
Yeah, you're going over.
And then he's like, "Don't get hot." I'm not getting hot.
We'll do it tomorrow. No,
Yeah,
man,
you'll do it tomorrow.
We'll do it tomorrow.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do with somebody like? When you just look at me and go, "Oh, how high is this motherfucker right now?"
I tell you what I do. I'd tell Ron, "Don't tag me." Don't tag me.
I never hurt nobody though, right?
No, you
No.
never.
No,
I don't
hell
think I ever
no.
hurt anybody.
And look, we never had to worry about. Look, we always preferred you to be that way because we knew there wasn't going to be no top rope.
That's
okay,
right.
Yep.
there
That's
wasn't
right.
going to be nothing that was going to be in harm's way with doing anything. Okay,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, you know, hey, it's test of strength. Okay,
That's right.
for about 15 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Back and
Oh,
forth.
my
running the
God,
ropes.
I don't know what to say, man.
Oh, Ron, when he was running the ropes and you yelled stop, and finally he stops and you go, "You tell me what you want to do," and he goes,
Yeah.
"I'm sorry, Ron, I'm high."
And look, the only thing I could do was just break down laughing, right? I said, hey, we knew something was wrong. Okay.
For whatever reason, I decided to start running the ropes.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm high. Fuck, yeah, you're
He's
asking me to
high.
explain, I'm fucking high.
And we're
And
just
Ron,
watching it go
I'm
back
running
and
the
forth
ropes.
like-
I'm hitting the ropes. Ron finally goes, "Stop! Just stop!"
You know, we're hearing this perspective from in the ring. I wonder what the fans were thinking
Yeah.
as they're seeing
Yeah.
this.
Hey, but believe it or not, though, listen, you know, when I said stop, they realized, listen, okay, we're off script now. So after we stopped him, right? Hey, we got a little pop out of it.
That's
you
right,
know?
we did. We did. And he goes, "I'm sorry, Ron, I'm high." And the fans,
Yeah.
I could hear him.
Yeah, I'm like,
Erupted.
"Oh shit, I'm sorry, Ron. I'm high."
Yeah,
man.
right.
I was having fun.
I should have told him, well, hey, just take off. You know, keep going.
Ron, you remember what he asked us one time? He goes, "Hey, you know," he's sitting in the back. He may or may not have had something to smoke. And he says, "You think I can go out there and say motherfunker?" And
Yeah.
like, that's a terrible idea. That is a really, really bad idea.
But he said it to us though with the straightest face, and you know, with,
yeah.
hey, you know, like, hey, I think this will be really good if I just say it right at this point. And we're like, no.
No.
I wish I would have listened that time. You guys try to stop me from going in there talking to Vince.
Oh yeah.
Well, you want to be on
Ron,
TV?
What'd he say? "I'm over."
I'm over.
Yeah, I'm over. I found out
what was that? Sorry, Charles.
we're in my hometown in San Jose, California. The pimping gimmick is over like Rover, man. There's
was.
Oh, you've been
signs
doing it.
everywhere. It's over. At
Yeah,
TV,
you've been doing it.
At TV, it has Godfather segment. It don't say that says Godfather segment, man. So I show up and I notice there ain't no Godfather segment. So I'm like, what's going on, man? This is I'm not on TV. And I'm like, I'm gonna go in there and tell Vince, put me on TV. I'm like, I said, "Ron, I ain't on TV. Don't you see all those signs out there? Don't you see all those people saying pimping ain't easy?" And Ron's like, "Well, I'll let Ron take it from there."
Hey, listen, I think that what this thing has been going with you probably maybe 9 months or
Yeah, it was a hot thing. It was really
yeah,
hot.
right. And so he walks in there, he got the cane here, and I recall he got the purple on. You know, he got the feather in the cap, and I'm talking about he got the strut going, everything. He walks in there, man, and that's when you know they had it posted on the wall where you can see the match. And he's going, no. Hey, the hell is this? Wait a minute. I'm not on Raw. Hey, where's Vince? Don't they know this thing's hot? You know? Right. That was his exact word. This thing's hot. Where's Vince? And he looked around and said, "Ron, what do you think, man? They don't have." I said, "Bro, listen to me. That might not be a good idea. Okay? No, man, this thing is hot. It's on fire. Look at all the signs. Can't you see the people? They love me. I'm the Godfather. I'm a pimp. I said, yeah, well, you are, but you might not be that pimp if you go in that office when you come out. So he said, no, forget it. So he knocks on the door, and Vince was busy, so he told you what, you had to wait like 5 minutes or something, right? Yeah, right. So we're all standing out now in the hallway, right? So he finally goes in.
I
so
go in.
Yeah.
I go in and I tell Vince, you basically, why not? He goes, Charles, this is exactly what he said. I remember it like it's yesterday. He goes, Charles, sometimes it's better not to be on TV. I don't hear that. I'm the Godfather. And then again, he says it again, Charles, sometimes it's better not to be on TV. Kept going. He goes, okay, Charles, let's see what I can do. So the updated version of the list comes up, and I see, oh, there I am, Godfather, Triple H, no hose, no match, finish, pedigree. And I'm like, what? I got to go out there as I'm talking. And I'm going, first of all, you guys, what was my face like when I came? Did I say something like, how do you take this?
No. We're always standing there, right? And you know, it's like a gauntlet. He had to come right through all of us as he's walking down the hallway. D'Lo on one side, me on the other side, Bradshaw, everybody, you know, as he's walking down, and we trying to read him, and we could see, you know, his chin was dragging the floor, you know, right? So nobody said anything. So I finally eased up on him and said, well, what did he say? what did he say? What did he say? Well, I said, you on Raw? He said, yeah. I said, well, what are you doing? Well, I'm in there with Hunter. Right? And I said, well, what you doing? Well, and we'll be coming up here shortly, right? So he didn't tell us what the match was going to consist of, right? So we all standing at the gorilla waiting to see what happened. And before he even got in the ring, Hunter had hooked him with the pedigree. He didn't even make it.
Ropes.
Okay, what was it, about 6 seconds?
Yes, I would just say and he boom, bam, boom, walked away. Vince told me sometimes it's better not to be on TV. I learned a big lesson that day.
The best part about that, you left out the lead when you looked at him. He goes, keep your chin up.
Yeah,
I'm like, I didn't even know how to. I'm like, what's his finish? I'm like, how do you take your finish? Ron, I'm like, how do you take that finish? Ron says,
keep your chin up.
Keep your chin up. Keep your chin up.
You'll be okay.
The best part was riding together the next month. We were out front in the middle of going down a highway. Goes, what does every dog need? Pedigree. Pedigree. Randomly, we go out drinking. What does every dog need? Pedigree.
But you know, Vince tried to warn me. He tried to warn me. He tried.
Oh man. Hey, but it's so funny though. I'm telling you, man. When he walked in and he said, "Listen, don't they know this thing's hot? This thing is hot. Right?
It's hot."
And Rod tried to talk about it going. Yeah. He tried hard. He goes, that's a really bad idea.
Really bad idea, man. Yeah. You know, don't do it. Right?
Don't do it.
Hey.
Keep your chin up, bro.
Keep your chin up.
Lord help us.
That's my man, boy. You know, hey, that's my man.
Boy, is it ever. You know what though? This happens every time we get with Godfather. It all becomes about him.
It's all high story.
Because I always doing the stupid shit. That's
no. We love you.
Hey, look here, man. Look, all of us are envy of you. Look, bro. So you listen. You having the ball, man.
You have damn right.
I'm telling you, I'm on Instagram just to follow you. I'm not kidding about that. I check your Instagram every single day.
I try to at this point. I'll turn 65 this year, bro, and I'm going out swinging. I'm going to go out enjoying life. I try to live a stress-free life and just enjoy life, and and hopefully, I stay high.
Well, I don't think you got a problem with that.
Oh my God!
And the best thing about your deal is that you're your own advertisement. So everywhere you go, everybody's already waiting for you. Okay, so look how much money you save everywhere you go.
Oh, it's crazy, man. It's funny. It's the funny thing is, people will. I mean, I'm not Snoop Dogg. I'm not Wiz Khalifa. I'm not these guys, but wherever I go, they just let me smoke. No matter where it is, I can light up. And they just kind of, we were at the WW, Johnny, John was there, right? At that last thing and Bubba Ray was there and I was back there catering, smoking. Don't you guys remember?
Oh yeah, you talking about where? Yeah. I know what you're talking about, man. Yeah, when you were blowing the smoke all over Bubba and everything, right? Yeah,
right in catering, and not one person said anything.
They already know it's you, man.
Nobody gonna say anything to you about that. That's you.
You're 6'6" and weigh 300 pounds. Nobody's gonna say it.
No,
like,
but they
like a monster.
And then they know that's just you, man. You know?
For some reason, I get a pass on it for whatever reason.
You probably tossed more in the trash can than most people have smoked in their entire life.
Look, you're the only man I know that's gotten a lot passes on everything where other people would have gotten fired. Okay,
arrested at jail time.
Yeah. You burned off tires off of Vince McMahon's motorcycle.
That's right, off his personal motorcycle,
and didn't get fired. Okay,
Gary,
I saw you do it. You know, right.
Vince told me, Charles, would you do that to your motorcycle? And I said no, and he said, well, why are you doing it to mine?
The man got caught by the.
I said,
motorcycle.
I said, oh, sorry, Vince.
we were all just standing around him, right, John? He was like, hey, what you call it when you just
you put the front tire of the motorcycle against the wall and you start the tire spinning, but you go through all the gears, so that tire just burning off a tire until it pops.
And we can see Vince walking out, and we're all trying to give him, hey, get off, and he's still just swinging it back and forth, and he can't see nobody until the smoke clears, and there's Vince standing right next to him. Right now, when the smoke clears, now all of us are gone.
We're leaving. We go everywhere.
Oh, we're gone. Okay,
yeah. Like a bunch of cockroaches just scattered around.
Hey, we're out of there. So now only person's left is Vince and Godfather. That's what he told you. You wouldn't do that to your own bike, right, Godfather?
That's it, man. Oh God, for whatever reason, people like me.
Now they love you.
They love you. They don't like you. They love you.
They love you. I swear to you, I think you're more over now than you were when you were wrestling.
It's crazy.
Oh, hell yeah.
People love the entertaining big guy.
Yeah.
Dude, it was so cool last night.
Everywhere I go, people go, where's Godfather? Like, I keep you in my back pocket. Where's Godfather? I'm
the old man that's still kind of cool.
That's right.
I appreciate the love, though, man. We were at the Cauliflower Hour. They roasted Mick Foley last night. I don't know when this airs, but it was pretty cool, man, because they would announce different people and the crowd would give a half-assed standing ovation or what, And one of the biggest ones, of course, Mick Foley, but the second biggest one is when I went out, everybody out there stood up, man. And I mean, that's pretty damn cool, man. People love you that way, man. And I really appreciate it. I'm humble over it, but it's just, that was really cool, man, because everybody stood up for the Godfather. So that was cool.
And I think that, more than anything, though, you're probably not giving yourself enough credit in this regard. Hey, it's not only, a thing of you being the person you are. I think that's a testament to what the people have seen of you in the past. Right. And your work, your work and what they've enjoyed, what you've done over the years, man. I don't think you're aware of your body of work.
Well,
that's right. Yeah, you
got
a bunch of gimmicks over. I mean, you got every single gimmick you'd had got over.
Exactly.
You've been on people's TV screens for 40 years.
That's right.
In a position where they love you.
Hey, and you know what people love about it now? He wasn't playing a character.
No,
it's him.
Exactly.
He is the Godfather.
Exactly. Great point.
Yes, him.
Like,
that's when he got over the most.
That was
that's just him being him.
Yes, when you got over the most is when you put the hat on and you came out there.
That's right.
The Godfather after the whole training. That was you, and everyone could see you smiling and having a great time. Yeah. That's when they truly embraced you. Is when you just were you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is, you know.
But I
Right.
still ain't heard. I still ain't heard a story about me when I'm not smoking.
You
Because
won't.
there's no
Is
story.
there one out there?
No, you won't hear
because
that.
we run for the door.
No, no,
Hey,
no, you'll
back
never
on
hear
to
that.
it real quick. Back to the nation. I hear you and Ahmed took some pictures together, Mr. Simmons.
Yeah, you know what, man? Listen, you know, I'm sitting there, right, and I'm like you. Now, a little bit of this, I'm resonating with me what you just said, right? Yeah, I'm like, you know what? My brother had a lot of shortcomings. We all know that, right? But I'm like, you know, hey, and the way things have been going with us as in our own fraternity, I like to put it, right? You know, it's kind of short with us at this point, the way we're dropping out. So hey, why not? Let me let this brother off the hook, man, and let him know. Look, we ain't hating on you like that. No, you know, hey, whatever's been done is in the past and everything. Let's let it go. You
I
know,
like to hear that, man. I was glad. I was good to see that.
Cool.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, cause look, things are just getting like you just said. You know, we're getting up there in age. So look,
Yeah, man.
hey,
Every day we're losing us.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought him up, D'lo. A lot of people hear about the story. I mean, here you are. I mean, I'm
Oh,
going
Lord.
back, and you're still a young guy in the business, and you're taking on one of these guys that's been brought in to be a superstar. And
Yeah.
you got to stand up for yourself. You got to stand up for your group, and you tear into this guy. I mean, that took a lot of gumption on your part as a rookie, as a young guy. But then you have to be a man at some time. Tell us what would people want to hear a little bit about that story? Just tell us
And
briefly.
I'll tell you from my perspective, and Ron and Godfather do a better job because they saw it. But it was a night we were sitting there, and Ahmed was wrestling Rocky, and they were going at it because Ahmed had a very abrasive way of trying to handle stuff and do stuff,
Yeah. Yeah, he was
and
confused back then.
and he didn't quite have a grasp what was going on. That's no fault of his own. He just didn't have a grasp. And he wanted to do some things with Rocky, like in the first 2 minutes of match, and Rocky's like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. And it got heated. Like it got heated where they were arguing. And it got to the point where Ahmed goes, you know, he's mumbling and he goes, I'm gonna moke your ass. And everyone in the room was like, what did he say? Moke? And he go, yeah, and then he says it again. Right, I'm gonna moke your ass. And as you said, we're grown ass men in the back, and we're not gonna be taken like that. So I go, bro, let's just have a match, and nobody go moke nobody. At that point, I'm being a smart ass, you know. And so you could see his eyes light up. And so he tells Rocky, he's like, you know, we gonna talk later. And he looks at me, and goes, don't you ever talk to me like that again. And I stood up for myself and said, no one's gonna talk to me like that. Like my dad is not here, and he wouldn't even talk to me like that. So whatever how I said. So all of a sudden, I'm tying my boots. Like 2 minutes later, I'm tying my boots, and I see him swinging his hand at me, coming at me, and I'm like, at the corner, I'm like, and it was in slow motion. I swear to God, it was in slow motion. And what the? So I hook him, and all I do is pin him down, and I tie him up, and I'm just saying, you a stupid mother, just giving him the business. And all I can hear over my shoulder is, D'Lo, if you let him go, we can get him away from you. And that was Ron and Godfather behind
I
me.
just remember saying, you had him hooked.
Yeah.
And I remember just saying, D'Lo, let him up, man. Come on, D'Lo, let him up. Just let him up. That's what I think. I remember you had him hooked. I don't remember how you had him hooked, but you had him hooked.
I had him hooked somehow, but it was just I was taught pretty quickly, like you defend yourself. There's ribbon in the locker room. There's obviously a pecking order, but no one attacks your manhood. And if they do, you got to stand up for yourself. If not, then you're just a bitch for the rest of your life. And I was never going to be anybody's bitch in that locker room.
Yeah, but you know what, man? Listen, here's the thing, like with Ahmed though, and look, and I'm telling you, Vince himself had told me to talk to him. Brother, listen, he really liked him at that time. He was ready to put the fire up on his ass.
Brother,
he was lighting the match. He was lighting the match. That's how close it was.
Yes, he was. And he specifically asked me, hey, have a word with him, man. See where his head at and everything, okay? And we all seen it happen, and listen, it can happen to any of us at that time if we're not ready for it, right? if you're not ready for it and it shoots to your head, you're gonna make some real fucked up decisions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And and that can happen to any of them. And unfortunately for him, he made some real stupid ass decisions and called bad play calling, right? So if he had kept his shit together, all right.
Oh God.
All right.
History would be rewritten.
Yeah.
History would be rewritten.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Vince loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
History would have been different.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
Okay. But you know what? I was there, and I tell people Ron tried to help him.
Mhm.
He wouldn't listen to Ron. Ron helps everybody. I'm like, Ron really tried to help him.
Yeah.
And tell him, dude, you have no idea the opportunity you have here. And he said, I'm gonna be the next white Stone Cold.
Boom. Okay. That's it.
I'm gonna be the black Stone Cold.
There was a moment you could hear when he would walk out. He was one of the most over dudes in the company.
Really over.
Like, he was just this freak of nature. The look he had.
Yeah.
Wow.
For that time,
it was $1 billion look.
Right. For that time period. And we
Yes.
and all of us know there are periods of time in this business, right, where you get the one shot at it as it is. Now you might get another run, but you'll never get that first shot. Right? Right. That happens the way it should go. You know? Right. And that was his, you know.
Just before you guys, Jerry, you might remember this. Just before he left, do you guys remember him supposedly having a gun in his bag and he was going to kill Jim Ross?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
You remember that?
Jim Ross was his biggest supporter. Ross was scared to death that day, and I don't blame him. I mean, Ahmed was off the wall. You never knew what he was going to do. So.
Well, somebody's smart idea was to come to Godfather and say, hey, I don't know if you're up and said, hey, you know what's going on and this and that. Well, we're going to put JR and Ahmed in the room together, and we want you in there with them. I'm like, wait a minute. What? You want? They're like, we just think that the situation will stand under more control if you're in there. And so I'm like, you know what? I said, okay. So Ahmed walked in with his bag, and I said, Ahmed, for whatever reason, they think you're going to kill this man right here. I said, I says, I'm just telling you, bro, if you even reach into that bag, I'm going to stow on you. I said, because I ain't going to be here with nobody shooting nobody. I said, so I'm here. It is what it is. But I'm telling you, if you go for that bag, I'm going to hit you. And that's what I told him. That's it. But JR, I mean, you have to, I don't know. JR can tell the story, but that's what I told him. I'm like, if I'm in here, I go get killed. I'm here already.
But Jim was
scared. Wasn't high.
But Jim was scared to death, right?
Yeah. If you ever get a chance, I think Jim told the story on his podcast. But But they asked me to go in there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow.
You know, I think all of us, we can all sit here and think of this is the biggest insult you could ever have in the business is wasted opportunity and potential. And what you're never promised an opportunity in this industry. And the opportunity that was presented to him was in front of him. And if he just played ball, the world championship was not an if, but a when.
That's right.
Period.
And that's the thing I think down in my core always bothered me about him is the fact that he had the world, this wrestling world, in his hands, and all he had to do was play ball.
See that? And for that time period, listen.
Yes.
Okay. It was going to be unprecedented, unheard of.
Yeah.
It was going to be history.
Yeah. And you wanted to see that happen.
Yeah, you wanted to see it happen because that, like D'lo said a little earlier, you could just feel the groundswell.
Oh yeah,
fans getting behind this guy, which was really unusual at that time.
We all could have been, like, hey, envious, jealous as, and particularly being black ourselves, and wanting to be at that particular point in position, right? But that was totally different from our thinking. Every one of us wanted to see this happen. For him.
Well, you're hitting something. You're hitting something there that's really important to this conversation.
Yeah.
We had a locker room at that time, guys, where we were happy when another guy was getting that shoved to the top.
Absolutely.
And everybody got behind it. That was the best teamwork I think that I've ever been around in my entire career. That locker room.
Oh yeah, man. That was never. I don't ever recall. And you're right, Jerry. I don't ever recall anybody, during that time period, man, trying to go behind somebody's back, talking bad about him, not wishing things will happen for him. Hey, when something happened, you wanted to pick him up, Hey, how can we elevate this even further to make this happen a lot better for this guy?
And then we all make more money.
We all made more money.
And we were more concerned about beating WCW as opposed to holding down someone in our own locker room.
Exactly.
We want, if this guy got over, we all got over.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
right. That's what I mean. We had a team in those days there that was second to none that I'd ever been around. I've been in 50 years of dressing room, man. I'd never experienced that kind of camaraderie around the group that you guys had in that locker room.
Yeah.
That locker room spoiled me because ever since the WWE, I wanted every locker room to be the same way, and they're not all the same. They're not all the same.
I mean, look at the screen. I mean, how many guys like on the screen that you would say that?
True. And
wait a minute,
Ron,
that was my first.
Look at it.
What do we got? Goldfish.
What?
No, he got the vape bag.
So what the hell what's that?
This is something. All right.
This is a vape bag. I just made a bag and it's made with cannabis.
Okay,
it's the cleanest way you can smoke.
John, you lost control again, man.
Completely.
So that's a poor man's way of doing it, right?
No.
That's a rich man's way. That's high end.
This is top level shit, bro. This is
what?
This is
Godfather.
Yeah.
But before we go, please just tell real quickly the story of how you created the Godfather with me. I don't know if everybody's heard the story.
Oh man. So me and Johnny are wrestling each other. I'm I guess you were Bradshaw. I don't know who you were at the time.
Bradshaw.
We're wrestling popcorn matches. Okay, me and Johnny are beating the hell out of each other for 10, 12 minutes, and people are sitting on their hands. They didn't give a crap about him or me. And we're working. We're putting in a match, and so one day I said, Johnny, let's try something different. Now at this point, I had Rocky calling me the Godfather, this and that, and I was changing my look. I started growing my hair. So I said, let's try something different. We were in Louisville, Kentucky. And so I went out there and I said, I asked Johnny, let's try this. Johnny said, let's try it. So I went out there and I said, hey, listen, I'm a pimp. And people kind of chuckled. I said, but what you wouldn't, I'd go through my whole spiel, right? And then I'd offer John some girls that you couldn't even see. I said, right now in the back, in a limo, I got 5 of the best country western girls, And then by the time I'm done, now people at first, everybody's sitting on their hands, right? People now are going, take the hose, take the
first
hose.
First time.
Yes. And they're just chatting, and I'm like, they're telling you, and then now we're in 6, 7, 8 minutes, and we got the crowd with us, take the hose. Johnny would take the hose, he'd walk away, and then I'd start healing on the people a little bit. John would come back, I'd turn around, he'd hit me with the clothesline, 1, 2, 3. I'd jump up, put my hat back on, and say, man, pimping ain't easy. And it got back to Jack Lanza was the agent. It got back to Vince, and then we got the TV. Vince is like, this might have some legs to it, what you're doing. And we put some girls on it. But that started with John. It was me and John.
Started with us.
Wow.
Me and John made that whole thing up one day. Let's try something different. They don't like us anyway.
That's right.
Yeah, but hey, but really, they didn't know though. You really are a pimp
You a pimp.
Yeah. Okay. They really didn't know that you were the real deal. Right.
See,
come on.
Ron,
that's why
one night he gets out there, he's got some women that are not very good looking. And so remember he's talking to us, he goes, man, what do I do? They're gonna boo me. They're gonna boo me. He gets out there and people are like laughing and booing. Women are not attractive. And he goes, now listen, which one of you rednecks after a case of beer wouldn't do all these women?
Right, yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Then they turned up my
Hey, and that got him over right there instantly. Okay?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
See, that's why I call you Big Perm. Because on Friday, Big Worm was the pimp, and they go Big Perm. And that's why I've always called you Big Perm, because you was a pimp long before you was a pimp.
Yes, right, because the pimp had the perm.
That's right.
Yep, big Perm. He had that big perm.
Oh, come on. I'm not a pimp. I don't. Come on.
real lie.
That's right.
No, not me.
No,
Hey,
man.
well,
It ain't
guys,
easy.
we were going to talk about the nation, and we did a bunch, but
Yeah, we
we
did.
wanted to
We
talk
did.
about
Nation.
Godfather, which is our favorite topic.
Yes.
So, guys,
Pimpin' ain't easy. Pimpin' ain't
you
easy,
know,
man.
and we just scratched the surface of even talking
oh,
about
that's right.
him.
There's thousands of more stories.
Yes, sir.
And this was the best reunion I've ever been to in my life, guys. Thanks
Yes.
a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Oh,
Thank
Oh,
you,
man.
guys.
Love
All
you
right.
guys.